Erie, Pennsylvania. Uh, I grew up as a quarterback, so I'm very familiar with offensive football. Played defensive back at the University of Iowa, two-time Big Ten champion, first team All Big Ten twice. Um, Played in the NFL for a year and a half with the Pittsburgh Steelers, then played 12 seasons in CFL in Canada. Then after ended in 2018, I became a DB coach at Defiance College, and halfway through the year got promoted to defensive coordinator, which I was there for 3 seasons. We went from giving up 52 points a game to giving up less than 14, and had 4 defensive backs named all conference, one linebacker that was first team all region, and one defensive end that was first team all American. So
I'm Coach Keith Harris. I'm originally from Rock Hill, South Carolina. I graduated from Limestone College. I'm a military veteran as well. I've been coaching football for 7 years. I did my first 5 years in South Carolina. Then I moved across to the West Coast and joined the mission-based staff in 2019. I took over as offensive coordinator in 2020, and then we only played 3 games here due to COVID. And then this 21 season, I just took over and had the full season. We just finished in the CIF 2021 CIF Division 5 finals. And my quarterback this season threw for almost 3,000 yards, 48 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. And we had the number 6 offense in San Diego County out of 90 teams. So on this particular play, we got the formation out of 20 personnel. We'll originally start off in black, what we like to call black, and then we'll call H shuffle. So this puts our H to the field, and then we'll up front we'll do a lock call. So we'll call lock to make our right tackle who's towards the field lock, and we'll run the zone left lock, and then we'll run a stick on the outside of that and call it H arrow. My Y will run a 5 to 6 yard stick route, and my H will run just straight out into the flat, so 2-yard arrow route, and my Z will run the outside release go. And my quarterback is actually reading the mic backer on this play. If the mic backer straights, if he decides to straight, then we know we got our stick open. We either have our stick open or we have the arrow open. The way he's alignment, based off alignment right here, the flats will be wide open for the arrow route based off that, if the mic is held accountable for the stick. But the lock rule is telling us to lock on the end, and it gives our lineman that adjustment to make, or our quarterback the adjustment to make, whether he's going to determine the throw or actually hand the ball off to the back.
So versus the H-back formation, when they initially, with the way we run split field coverage, we have 2 calls. So I'm going to call under 8-3, which is going to be our base call. We're going to go under to the field, and we're going to line up in a 1 or a 2-eye and a 5 to the field, and then we're going to line up in a 3 and a 7 to the boundary. With the sniffer, all right, the way he originally aligned, we're going to play cloud to that side where our corner has the heavy versus run to him. If it's run away from him, he's going to jam and reroute that X receiver. Our free safety to that side is going to be a half player. To the other side, what we call a star outside linebacker / strong safety type body. He's going to jam and wall 2 to 1 versus the Y and the Z. So if he gets any immediate under from Z or Y, he's going to take it and relate to it and pass it to the mic. Our corner to the field is going to be a quarters coverage player. Our safety to the field is going to be a quarters coverage player as well. But when they get the H and he shuffles across the formation, all right, we're going to rotate down into a cover 3 match. So our safety is going to come down, and he's going to plug and play off of the H, the sniffer, we call him the sniffer. So if that guy inserts the block, he's going to fit outside of it, the mic's going to fit inside of it, and the wheel's going to protect the A-gap versus cutback. And versus the play that he's going to run with the Y stick, H to the flat, Our nickel, like I said, he's a 2-to-1 waller, so he's gonna wall and play underneath the Y to the flat or the stick route, and then he's gonna rally to the H to the flat. And then our strong safety is also gonna work to the hook curl and then rally to the flat route. We'll give up the flat route and rally and tackle. So again we're gonna line up in the under with the one in the 5 to the field, a 3 in the 7 to the boundary. Our Mike and Will both in 30s versus the double set. We're gonna show a one high alignment with our weak side safety over the Y. Um, but we're gonna bring a boundary backer blitz through the A gap, and then we're gonna play 3 underneath, 3 over the top. So 3 we call it weak backer go red.
Roll.
Yeah, he's rocking. The safety's rocking to the middle of the field, to the from the boundary versus the motion. They're just playing rocket over that motion guy. Just in case you do run jet, we got a guy outside leverage being able to take that jet guy. The corner is he's gonna play heavy outside leverage on the Y for the out route to the boundary, just in case you get it out.
So right here we're flowing. We want to flow, sell the play fake on the jet sweep. So my line is just max protecting. I got my F flowing as well, like you normally do on the jet sweep, being the lead blocker for a receiver. My H on my H will run a 10-yard out like on a flood route, and X will run the guy the corner off, and then my Y will play a high-low read. We call it high-low. So based upon what the corner does, if the corner is sitting tight and shallow, like outside leverage, we'll run a high corner to the back corner end zone. Or if he's playing bail technique, we'll run a speed out over there. And my quarterback is reading the corner as well to determine this, because it gives us the option to still give it on this play. Right here we got play fake. We should play fake. So we want to. My quarterback's reading the safeties, of course, and we want to play with the secondary's eyes. We 3rd and 10, -10, down 14. So backside we got X pushing vertical on one-on-one with the corner. We want to kind of hold that safety from bouncing over, running over into the middle of the field, and we really want to occupy this field safety with the corner route right here from Y. And basically, we want to play with his eyes, kind of like hollow and picking on this high guy right here. So, with that being said, my Y will run a high corner route. Then my H will, what I like to call, run a skinny post right up under it. And then my Z will basically be the check down guy and run a spot route between, or where he has his star player at. So that say like 5 to 6 yard alignment, just to get us out of the territory, just in case of blitz. We have an automatic check down for the quarterback. But we really want to hit that wire H receiver and hold that backside safety from roving over into the middle of the field.
So with that alignment, the trips to the field with the Y on, we're gonna give a tear call from our end, which tells the Will that he's gonna dive inside in the B gap, and then the Will's gonna give the tackle a tag call, which means the tackle's going to the A, and the nose is gonna penetrate. They're gonna run a nut stunt. He's gonna penetrate to the strong A, and the tackle's gonna wrap to the weak A, just for any type of run. And then we can try to chop it up front and try to get those linemen off their landmarks to get a free rusher. Our Will is going to be the 3 dropper, so he's going to drop to the number 3 inside shoulder and hip, making sure that guy goes outside and over the top of him. The corner to the field is going to give a China call, and that's going to bring our nickel our nickel backer to that guy, to the China, and he's going to drop for that wide corner. He's going to play in between 70-30 on the wide corner. Our safeties to the field is going to push over the top of the wide corner because the number one sat down. Our backside safety has a robber progression. He's going to read three vertical. If he gets three vertical and any one of those three guys sit down, he's going to bounce back to the single receiver. Our boundary corner has what we call Mex. He has man on everything except the under. Um, and then he's going to play outside leverage because that X has a tight split. And he's going to force him and funnel him to the safety with playing over the top, upfield shoulder, not allowing that guy to get on top of him because that's the weakness, is because he's a man. You know, that backside one-on-one is a killer. We rolling the dice. It's you know, 3rd and 10 or whatever, 12, and they got to score. Um, we planting our feet in the sand at 9 yards depth, 2 yards inside of our man assignment. Our corners are 9x2, nickels 9x2, and the safety to that side is 9x2 to the 3-man side. Our boundary safety, he's the match player on the back. So if you motion the back out, him in the corner will give an alert call. So if they run any type of swap release, he has to stay inside of the new number 2 receiver, and the corner takes the outside guy. But we're bringing a double A gap pressure blitz going. We making the center make a decision. He's going to have to take one or the other, and then that'll give us one of those guys should be free to the quarterback's face. We want to make sure we affect the throw, getting in his face. We want to force the furthest outside throw. So we heavy inside leverage.
I have mesh zig, my pre-snap motion. Elf kind of basically is telling me I already know he's going to send the house right here. This is for the game. So we got pre-snap motion with Elf. Once he hits the numbers with his sideline, he's turning up to a wheel. X is running a deep zig route, so he'll run his zig at like 5 to 8 yards, depending upon the spacing that the cornerback gives us. And then my Y is also running the mesh zig route, which is based upon the read of the wheel linebacker, 5 to 8 as well. We basically just want to play with the eyes of the defense, kind of high-low them. So we want that play side safety. We want to get that H crosser right in front of him so we can work the post right behind, basically, for the game. That's our deep shot. You guys can follow me on Twitter, Coach underscore K Harris 16 on Twitter. And then on Instagram, you can follow me at Coach Keith Harris 803. And then my email is coachkeithharris803@gmail.com. And I'm always open for new opportunities and a way to elevate in this game of football.
So you on all my social media platforms on Twitter, you can follow me at Mr_consistent_2. On Instagram, I'm on the island too, just how it sounds. ONISLAND #2. And then all my social media is there for you. My email is my name, Jovon, JOVON .D as in David .Johnson, JOHNSON @gmail.com. I do a lot of different things in the off season, ranging from football camps, clinics. I'm starting a foundation now. It's called the Jovon Johnson Academy, where I'm teaching players how to study film, how to be detailed in everything they do, technique, all of the above. Having a training program, a mentoring program, all under the same umbrella, Jovon Johnson Academy. Just got the logo for that, so that's going to be ready to launch here soon. And yeah, man, anything that players, coaches, anybody want to talk about in regards to the game of football, I'm always open. I'm an open book. I study it. I'm passionate about it. I've accomplished a lot. Not to say I know everything, so I'm always willing to learn. That's why doing things like this is always good. Because I don't know everything, and it's always good to hear from offensive guys because it's good to see what they do and hear from an offensive point of view, how they like to attack defense and stuff like that. It just iron sharpens iron, and I appreciate Coach Harris. I appreciate
Thank
you as
you.
well,
Thank
Sam,
you, man.
for doing this. Man, it's definitely humbling for us to get together and be able to talk ball.